Good morning, and I hope it is a good morning for you. Today is a solar eclipse, and I thought it'd be great opportunity to share with you some awesome things that we can do to benefit from this solar eclipse. So it's June the 10th, 2021, just in case you needed reminding of what the date was. I'm sure you'll find that helpful at some point during this day. And what is a solar eclipse? Yes, so a solar eclipse is when the moon goes in between the sun and the earth, causing a shadow. And you may ask, well, why doesn't this happen monthly? Well, it doesn't happen monthly because the moon orbits the earth in a different plane to the earth orbiting the sun. A little bit of science there for you. And no, I didn't remember that from science GCSEs. I did a bit of research myself. And so there you have it. And it's quite an interesting time. It's a powerful time, eclipse season. It's a great opportunity to sit down and reflect. Most importantly, it's a great opportunity to do a few things that I'm going to talk you through now. So the first thing is to work on your shadow self. Now, if you've never heard about shadow self, essentially we as beings incorporate both light and our shadow selves. We obviously have qualities in which, are more desirable, and other qualities that are less desirable, shall we say. Going that much deeper, we have qualities that are actually suppressed, qualities that we won't want to admit to ourselves or to anyone else that we have, and maybe even qualities we don't even realize we have because they are so suppressed and being pushed down into our psyche that we don't recognize it. But we do recognize it in others. So we're the first people to say, oh, I don't like what she's doing. Oh, I don't like what he's doing. I don't agree with people who get jealous. What a horrible trait. God, did you see so-and-so? He was so angry the other night. So all these judgments that we have about other people, the only reason and the only way we can actually have it about other people is because it resides within ourselves. I know that's quite hard to digest and even harder to get your head around. It's taken me a long time to kind of even, touch on this work because it's not for the weak-minded. This is some ugly stuff. But the eclipse gives us the most beautiful time to really sit down and work out our own shit. Yes, that means taking ownership over our stuff. Understanding what we are holding onto that needs to be released. Understanding what bitterness, what resentment we have towards others. And understanding what is that triggering within ourselves. And then learning some compassion, some forgiveness in order to help process that, in order to help shift it and transform it. Because it's not about denying that we have these qualities, and it's not about denying that they exist. In fact, it's actually about acknowledging them and bringing them into the light. You see how this works? Whatever's in the shadow, we shine a light on, we bring it up to the surface, and in that we can transform it. We can transform it. And that's powerful stuff, man. And this is the kind of work that shifts and makes ripple effects around us. This is the kind of work that helps break generational curses. It's bloody painful. It is. It's not easy. And it's something that I'm only scratching the surface of at the moment. But I feel like I am in a position where I can share this with you. because I have been doing some of my own work, and realizing what a load of bullshit my previous sets of beliefs were, and how judgmental I was of other people and myself, you know. And I'm the first to admit that some of my beliefs are totally outdated. And the more that I was pointing the finger at other people, expecting other people to change, expecting other people to take ownership of their shit, I wasn't taking ownership of mine. And so fundamentally, it has to come from within. So some practical advice is, if you have time today, preferably today or within the forthcoming week, you know, get a pen and paper, get creative if you've got any gel pens, maybe some, you know, nice paper, a nice journal, however you want to do this. It can just be a plain paper and a piece of pencil, honestly. And just write down a list of things that bother you about other people. Yes. Write down a list about other people and what has bothered you about them. And then I want you to essentially go through that list. So let's just say you have a list of 10 things. I want you to go through that list and one by one, really reflect on what it was that annoyed you about what they did. Number one, what's it triggering in you? And number two, have you ever shown those qualities? Have you ever done what you're saying that this person has done? And then number three, if you can find it within your heart, and if it's the right time, try and send some love to that situation by evoking that emotion of love within your heart, sending it out to that person, that situation, and sending it to yourself. And you can utter a few sentences like, I forgive you, I forgive the situation, I forgive myself. And go through the list of 10 and do that for each one. And surrender it, let it go. And if the next day the same thing's bugging you, which it probably will do because this process isn't, you know, a, you know, one hit wonder. You know, you don't wave a magic wand and everything's just fixed. Sometimes that happens. Most of the time it doesn't. Do the process again. Don't be scared. You know, if something doesn't work the first time, bloody do it again. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. I wish you a beautiful day, and yeah, looking forward to speaking soon.